Hello everyone, Jai Hind and welcome to the platform of Study IQ IAS, and today I'll be discussing about the legislation that has been passed by both the houses of the parliament, and that is Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provision Bill 2026. Now this bill was introduced in the parliament and specifically in Lok Sabha on 27th of March 2026, and it was passed by the Lok Sabha on 1st of April 2026 and later on by the Rajya Sabha as well on 2nd of April 2026. Now this bill is very important because it is a complete change from the colonial-led era of distress, because there the majority of the actions or the laws which were passed, they were basically based upon the punitive action and not over the preventive or taking care of the society at that point of time. But at the same time, now we are moving ahead with a new India, and ultimately over here, we are moving towards the trust-based governance as well as the economic facilitation that we are about to see in India in the future, of course. So now when it comes to the colonial-led era where we had the distress and the punitive action that was focused upon by the laws, and deterrence was majorly focused upon by the legislation that were there. So that was a period where we were witnessing that there is a rigid regulator that is enforced or that is there in the force. At the same time, now we are moving from rigid regulator towards, in the new India, towards a facilitator kind of arrangement where we are talking about ease of doing business and even ease of living in India. Now, when it comes to what has been changed by this particular bill that was brought in the parliament, so there are total 23 ministries whose legislations had been amended. Now, these 23 ministries, they have about, in total, 79 of the central acts which were amended, and ultimately there is more than or over 1,000 of the minor offences which had been modified and rationalized. Now this rationalization or decriminalization of the 784 provision was basically for the promoting ease of doing business and facilitating the ease of living in India. Now, when it comes to the earlier arrangement, when it comes to the minor infractions that happened or the minor offences which happened, so what used to happen? In the case of minor offences as well, there were criminal charges that were framed, and ultimately the courts got overwhelmed by these, minor offences. So we had court backlogs which were there, and ultimately there was imprisonment as well in these minor charges as well. So now what has changed? Recently, the Supreme Court judge, Honorable Judge of Supreme Court, Justice B.V. Nagaratna said that even when it comes to the government is the major litigator when it comes to the courts in India. So ultimately, right now we are moving towards, or we are focusing over, in a kind of environment where there are no court backlogs or the courts are not overwhelmed. And ultimately, this is a very important step in that direction, because now what will change after this bill becomes an act? The bill will become an act after the president signs it, gives the assent. So ultimately, after it becomes the act, what will happen? That for the minor charges or minor offences, there would be a graded response through the civil mechanism. Now, through this civil mechanism, what had been amended? So there is the imprisonment which had been removed entirely from 57 of the provisions. Alright, at the same time, the fines were removed from the 158 provisions that are there in these 79 of the central acts, and also the prison terms and fines, they were converted directly into the civil penalties in 113 provisions. At the same time, the prison sentences had been reduced in 17 of the provisions. So this is how, or these are the examples that what had changed through this Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provision Bill. Now, when it comes to the decriminalization of the offences, so under the Drugs and Cosmetics Act of 1940, if there had been any manufacturing or sale of cosmetics which was in contravention to this act, what used to happen was that was punishable with imprisonment that used to be of 1 year and even with a fine up to 20,000 rupees or both. Now, what has changed? So this has changed that if there would be any contravention, so there would be no imprisonment, but there would be a penalty that would be levied. And this civil penalty will be of 1 lakh rupees or the amount, 3 times of the amount of the value of cosmetics which had been confiscated, whichever is higher. At the same time, there is removal of the imprisonment as well. And that is like, for example, in under the Indian Succession Act 1925, if there had been any failure to surrender, revoked probate or the letters of administration that was earlier punishable with imprisonment that used to be up to 3 months or fine or both. So now what has changed it? That there is no punishment, there would be no imprisonment that would be there. At the same time, under the Electricity Act of 2003, non-compliance with an order or direction was earlier punishable with imprisonment up to 3 months, a fine or both. So now again over here, the imprisonment had been removed from both the acts. At the same time, when it comes to the offences, certain offences had been omitted. Like for example, now there would be no offence if there is someone who is giving false alarm of fire under the Delhi Police Act of 1978. There would be no offence that would be of failure to give information of births and deaths under the Delhi Municipal Corporation Act of 1957, and there would be no offence for making false entries in the Register of Copyrights under Copyright Act of 1957. At the same time, when it comes to the fines, the civil penalties, they will be revised after a certain interval for the certain or several offences. Now, this revision will take place and the revision will be, it will increase. The fines will increase, the penalties will increase by 10% of the respective minimum amount of the fines that is there, and this will be done after every 3 years. At the same time, when it comes to warnings, there are warnings that will be issued. Earlier, there were no warnings that were issued, but now, like for example, in the Apprentices Act of 1961, the offences punishable with fines include refusing to furnish information and requiring an apprentice to work overtime. Now, over here, what will happen is that there will be no fine that will be imposed directly, but there will be an advisory that will be issued for the first contravention, and then there would be a warning that will be issued for the second contravention, and then there will be a fine that will be imposed. At the same time, when it comes to the Metrology Act of 2009, so Legal Metrology Act of 2009 deals with weights and measures in India, and ultimately over here there were several offences, like for example manufacturing, using or selling of non-standardized weights. So that were earlier punishable with fines. Now the fines will not be imposed directly. What will happen is that there will be an improvement notice that may be issued in case of the first offence, and then there would be, obviously there will be follow-ups, there will be checkups, and if that had not improved, so then there would be fine that will be imposed. So like I said, what will happen right now is that there will be official warnings that will be issued for first time contravention in certain cases, and then there will be rationalization of the monetary penalties as well, and these rationalization of the monetary policies is strictly according to the nature of the offence that had been committed. And then there would be a time-bound civil enforcement mechanism that had been laid down, and this is how there will be complete enforcement of this new Jan Vishwas bill. At the same time, there are new officers that will be instituted. So there is a new institutional framework that will be there, in which there will be adjudicating officers and they will be appointed to assess the penalties, and that will be outside the traditional court system. At the same time, there would be appellate authorities as well, which will be established to handle any kind of appeals that would be there, and that will ensure that we adhere to the principle of the natural justice in India. And ultimately, these appellate authorities, they will be there so that there will be no overburdening of the judiciary that we are seeing right now. So ultimately, these changes, they affect the everyday governance. Whether it is Motor Vehicles Act of 1988, where now the vehicles, they could be registered uniformly throughout the state. Or at the same time, in the case of your license, if your license has expired, so afterwards there will be a 30-day of the grace period through which your license or the document, it will remain effective. At the same time, New Delhi Municipal Council Act of 1994 had been amended to include minor civic and procedural amendments so that there is ease of compliance. At the same time, you must be noticing that Drugs and Cosmetics Act had been amended. But at the same time, these amendments, they do not decriminalize or dilute the essential safety regulation. So in case there is manufacturing, importing, stocking or selling of spurious or unapproved drugs, that still carries severe and even strict criminal punishment that is there. Now, when this bill was brought, so there are two sides that we have to analyze. All right, these two sides, actually we have to analyze both the sides, because when you are writing answer in the UPSC, so you have to be critical and you have to have both the viewpoints in your mind. Now, the government has a rationale before bringing up this bill. And government said that by bringing this bill, what will happen is that it will provide justice rather than blind punishment for any kind of the procedural defaults that are there. Because there are certain, mistakes that happen. We do not commit certain crimes because we do not commit certain crimes knowingly. It is just by mistake that those crimes are committed. So that will be there, that it will provide justice rather than the blind punishment for such kind of mistakes. And it will also serve as a global model for regulatory reform and building a Viksit Bharat for 2047. At the same time, when it comes to the opposition has criticized the bill and said that it fails to address the deeper and the systemic challenges, structural issues that are there in governance. And also, there is a potential that it will be used and there will be increased corruption at the administrative level because of this bill. And also, there is a fear that the dilution of the imprisonment and the charges which are there, that will have, dilution of the deterrence among the public safety, for the public safety offences as well. So that is the point of view of both government and the opposition about this bill that has been passed by the Rajya Sabha recently. Now, when you are preparing for the prelims, you have to understand that the scope of the bill is that it has amended 79 central acts, 23 ministries through which these all 79 acts they pertains to, and there are total 784 provisions which had been amended. Now, the key mechanism for adjudicating this complete bill when it becomes the act would be, there would be adjudicating officers, appellate authorities, and also there are civil penalties that will be implied. At the same time, it follows Jan Vishwas Act of 2023. And when you are preparing for the mains, you have to understand that this topic deals with transition of the governments or the governance structure that we have in India from a regulator to a facilitator. Also, it addresses the judicial pendency through the administrative tribunals that would be there in India. And also, for GS Paper 3, it deals with ease of doing business and also with ease of living. So that would be all in today's session. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me over here. Please do not forget to like the session, share the session if you have found this session to be insightful, and also subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss any of the recent updates. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care and Jai Hind. Thank you.